Good morning and welcome back. Thank you for joining me today. Today I'm going to jump right into the content and talk about 5 things that we have to stop doing if we're going to heal, if we're going to see our relationship restored, if we're going to see healing in our own life. Because many of you watching are unsure about your relationship, or you've come to the point where you are experiencing or going through or have already experienced a divorce or a separation. And so the future can be extremely uncertain. Let me just say, on behalf of Affair Recovery and Rick Reynolds, our CEO, our entire staff, this is a safe place for you, regardless of what worldview you subscribe to, whether or not you subscribe to faith or not, whether you are in a relationship that is ongoing or is over. Let me just say, this is a safe place for you. I never want you to feel judged. I never want you to feel marginalized. I never want you to ever feel attacked. I want you to always feel safe. Whoever you are, wherever you're from, whatever country you are watching from, this is a place that we make every effort to be inclusive and supportive, regardless of where you're at. So whether you're divorced or facing a divorce or separated, or maybe you're still in your relationship and you're trying to make it work, or you're just completely unsure if it's going to work, these 5 things can transform your own personal healing. As I jump into the 5, I will tell you they will get a little bit more hard-hitting as we move along. Number 1 is avoidance. We have to stop avoiding our pain, our hurt, our trauma, even the dark things that we don't want to tell anybody about. Let me just say, I have had to share some dark things about my past, about my childhood, about things that have happened to me. I understand completely the terror. I use that word now because my therapist came up with that word when I had to admit some things about what had happened to me when I was a young boy. And he said, "I'm sure you felt a raw terror." And I thought, that's exactly right. What can go off in us is incredible fear, shame, and terror that we're going to confront or have to admit or have to face the pain, the hurt, the trauma that we might be carrying around. But see, no one says, hey, I'm avoiding talking about this. No one just comes out and says, or very few people say, I'm trying to avoid having to talk about this. No, we get super busy. We get overly committed. We just stay busy, so that we don't have to talk about it. Or we refuse to get help. We refuse to book that appointment or come to an intensive or take a course, all because we're trying to avoid having to deal with the pain that's inside of us. As long as we continue to avoid, we're going to be stuck. Now, the next one is minimizing, but I'm going to come at it a different way. We have to stop minimizing our own pain, our own hurt, our own trauma. We have to stop minimizing the effect that either family of origin, childhood trauma, or maybe even what's happened to us recently. We can't expect ourselves to heal and to experience breakthrough if we continue to minimize the pain that we've had to carry around inside of us for so long, or that we're carrying right now. It seems brave. It seems admirable. No, I'm okay. And we stuff it down. And we continue to just go, no, it's okay. I'm going to be all right. We employ these tactics that we've employed our whole life, right? Stay busy, work out, run, listen to loud music, work 60, 70 hours a week, right? Distract ourselves. We're minimizing what's happened to us. Now, oh sure, okay, I can get to the easily seen minimization, right? Unfaithful, stop minimizing the effect of your betrayal upon your spouse. Unfaithful, stop minimizing the pain, the trauma that they're experiencing. As long as you minimize it, you're treating them with a disrespect, almost even shaming them and marginalizing them, and you're pushing them away. It's not working. As long as you keep minimizing what your choices have done to them, you are separating yourself further and further from them. But betrayed, I have to tell you, you can't For some of you, you can't keep minimizing the effect this has had upon you mentally, emotionally, psychologically. Minimizing isn't going to set you free. Now, that doesn't mean that you have to blow it up, right? And take every little thing that happens and shove it in each other's face and jump on the white horse of look what's happened to me and maintain a victim mentality. But for the sake of our discussion today, minimizing will not bring freedom. Next, we have to stop trying to control our significant other. What I've learned is that we can't make people get healthy. We can't make people want to get healthy. We can't make them want to do anything. And we can't make somebody want us. I've tried till I'm blue in the face over my life to make people want me. It doesn't work. In fact, it made me disrespect myself more and more and more. It frustrated me more and more. It created more collateral damage inside of me. In fact, it even at some level traumatized me to try and make someone want me. Please don't get me wrong. There are times for an ultimatum. I firmly believe that. And we have information that we can get to you on when it might be time for an ultimatum. But trying to control how your partner deals with either your choices or their own will not work. Trying to make them do recovery work typically will fall pretty flat. Trying to make your betrayed spouse do work, heal, get over it, speed up, hurry, 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 or do this or do that, trying to control them will not work. In fact, it'll backfire ridiculously. But when I talk about this, you can kind of feel, whether you're betrayed or unfaithful, a little bit hopeless, like, well, Sam, I'm trying to make them do the right thing. What do I do? Well, that's where boundaries come in. And having a set of boundaries that you have that says, look, this is a boundary. I need this, and I need this, and I need this. You can also have a non-negotiable list that says, hey, these are the non-negotiables. We're going to get help from an expert. We're going to do this. We're going to do this. I need this. I need this. If I don't have these things, I don't think I can continue in trying to preserve or restore the relationship. There's nothing wrong with having boundaries. In fact, it's a necessary ingredient to healing. There's nothing wrong with having a non-negotiable list. You may want to have an expert help you walk through that list, but it's essential that you have those types of factors to consider in terms of caring for yourself. Number 4, and I did warn you that they would get a little bit more hard-hitting as we moved along. Number 4 is we have to stop sulking. Now, we unfaithful have PhDs in sulking. The funny thing is we're sulking about what our own choices have done to us. And we can flourish in self-pity. Oh, I'm just this and I'm just that, and I can get under the blanket of shame anytime I want and feel sorry for myself. The problem is it leads me further and further away from healing. It leads me away from joy. It leads me away from self-respect. It leads me away from being able to hold my head up high, face the music, and enter into a restorative mindset. It actually completely cuts my legs out from underneath me, whether I'm unfaithful or even betrayed. Because see, sulking continues to move into a woe is me, and then we become what some therapists will call addicted to the victim mentality, or committed to the victim mentality, or anchored to the victim mentality. What does that mean? That means that we remain a victim and we're committed to remaining a victim so that we don't have to do our own work. Being anchored to the victim mentality kind of looks like this. No matter what our partner or spouse does, there's a point where it's like, maybe they are gaining ground. Maybe they are doing better. Maybe they're doing work. And then eventually it starts to reveal that we have work to do. But rather than do our work, we continue to maybe make it about them. And we focus on our spouse or our partner, and we focus on their actions and their choices, but yet we won't do the work that we need to do, especially when our partner is actually doing work, getting better, getting healthy, actually doing the things that we've so desperately wanted them to do, and maybe even kind of reminded them about time and time again. Then they start to do it, but yet we don't rise up with them. We stay committed to the victim mentality. and it alienates us, and it keeps us stuck. Next, number 5, and this one is the hardest hitting, besides how I just hit us all with some pretty hard hitting information. Next is a weaponized ambivalence. Now, there's nothing wrong early on with being ambivalent. Ambivalence is, I'm not sure if I want to save this relationship. I do, I don't. Some days yes, some days no. Some months yes, some months no. I don't know, I'm not sure. Yes, I do one day. No, I don't the next. But a weaponized ambivalence is this mentality that's kind of, as soon as you get into a difficult spot, well, I don't know, we should just end this marriage. I should just be done. I'm out of here. I'm tired of this. I'm not going to do it anymore. And then in the next day or the next couple of days, you're back at it, and you're using the ambivalence as a weapon to kind of hammer your significant other over the head. And that could be done by the unfaithful or the betrayed. It's okay to be ambivalent, but here's how to not have your ambivalence be weaponized. Stop saying you're in or you're out. Stop using that against your partner and actually say, hey, let's set a date, or I'll set a date in my own inner world, and I'll decide then. Usually 3 to 6 or 8 months, and every situation's different, but that's a good little factor to look at. That way you stop saying you're in or you're out, and you just kind of focus on, let's work the problem. Let's face what we're dealing with and not use the ambivalence to shame or to threaten. Let's not use it as a weapon. It's okay to be ambivalent for a short season, but eventually there's a point where you stop using that and you actually start to do work, or you're done. To keep your partner in limbo and to keep using it against them as a threat only causes more pain. I hope that these 5 things have helped you. I really absolutely believe if we can stop doing these 5 things, our recovery will seemingly gain wings. We will start to really flourish if we can commit to removing these 5 tendencies out of our own life. I hope that today is a better day for you. I hope that you can do the work to remove and eradicate these 5 things. If I can ever help, if I can ever be of any support, by all means, leave a comment on whatever platform you're watching, and I'll do my best to get back to you as soon as possible. Take care of yourself.